Ajai Game Reserve, named after Chief Ajai's palace, became a sanctuary in 1965 by then hosting 60 of the 80 remaining white rhinos in Uganda. It was established on 166 square kilometers land, but UA is currently seeking for more land from the community to expand the area to host white rhinos. The Speaker of Madi Okollo District, Faima Letiru, together with the council, approved the need to reintroduce white rhinos, with hopes for the district to benefit economically and increase its tax base with better tourism potential.
Not limited to Pakwats, Rhino Camp, Dufule Road, but also other district roads. And I think the response has been given here ably that now as a district we are going to be given a grader. So I think this is a very big contribution from UA, and we are very grateful. Employment opportunity for all the Madi people, not only limited to the affected community. When there is employment opportunity, maybe for employee game rangers, let UA see Madi squarely, from Ewana to Anyerebo.
John Makobo, the Director Conservation at Uganda Wildlife Authority, said consultations were done with the community to seek for more land to expand Ajai Game Reserve to host the white rhinos.
Okay, for now we have got 166 square kilometers, but the rhino is a lowland feeder. You don't expect the rhino to climb hills, mountains, and so when you look at the entire reserve, you see that most of the areas are either wetlands or some of them are rocky and hilly, and so that's why there is limited land for it. If it was the fact that all the land was flat and suitable without so many wetlands, then it would be enough indeed. But because of these additional landscapes, these land features which cannot favor their existence in this, that's why we are actually looking for more land.
The existing Ajai Game Reserve land was leased in 1964, and the community has agreed to the terms of reintroduction of the white rhinos. Affected community members will be compensated after thorough assessment. The various historical and cultural sites will be reserved and the affected persons will be compensated.
The compensation is going to handle the people who are within the reserve. Initially we have 11 families, but since the reserve was regazetted in 2002, it's now over 20 years, meaning that the person who is a child at that time has actually grown and is now a household person. So we already have some little data, but we're going to make an assessment, proper assessment when we are doing the survey, and know now how many households are there to be compensated, because each one of them must be having land. The fact that is there a budget? Yes, there is a budget. We have sought for a budget of about 5 billion from Parliament, and we hope that that money is going to be appropriated in the next financial year. And even when it is not there, UWA has the capacity. It will look for the money and make sure that the people are appropriately compensated.
Reintroduction of the white rhinos will lead to diversion of the Pakwats-Madi Okollo road connecting to Arua of about 38 kilometers. The community in Onyom, Olali and Odraka are among those affected in the quest for more land. The government valuer will be brought to value the affected community members' land, and by July 2024 the compensation will start.
And we hope that by June 2025 this roadmap should be concluded, and the people shall be given some period to move out of the reserve, possibly 6 months, and prepare themselves out for moving outside, and then we can say, okay, the reserve is now free, we have more land for the rhinos, and we can bring more rhinos in. For now, at the start, because of the size of the land, we are possibly planning to start with 10, and more will be coming as we move along the way.
Some of the councillors expressed their views on the benefit the district will gain from the reintroduction of the white rhinos in Ajai Game Reserve.
The tourism aspect of it and I strongly believe having these wild animals here, or the rhinos, will attract more tourists. We're all aware that Okollo has only 1% local revenue. In terms of percentage, only 1. So I think if the rhinos are being brought and we'll have more visitors, eventually the revenue base will also increase.
Community benefit will be when they have set businesses on ground where these white rhinos are going to be introduced. That is our anticipation, and that is what we're expecting from the introduction of the rhinos to the district. And then we are looking at the community itself in a way that the more council talked about compensation of the community members. One of the benefits will be through the compensation.
The habitat has changed over time. Can it still be suitable? And they can't really test it with all of them at once.
Night Zahara, the tourism officer, Madi Okollo, believes the reintroduction of the white rhinos will enhance the tourism potential of the district and open grounds for private investors to develop the recreational and hospitality industry.
The first tourism potential that is nearly an attraction is Ajai Wildlife Reserve. We intend to have numerous activities like game viewing. We have hiking, like at Ombi Hill, where there are 2 crater lakes, man and woman. We have Eremba Hill, which had been a communication booster point. Then we have Ajai Hill for panorama view of the area. Then we have apiary tourism. Communities of Lali, they have apiary farms that those interested in apiary tourism can also venture in that. We have butterfly watching. The reserve has a lot of butterfly species. Researchers have ever come here. Then of course research. Ajai is a conducive place. At least every quarter, we don't miss to receive researchers from universities. Then we have, as a major activity, wildlife viewing. We also have cultural tourism. That is, we have embedded the Ajai family, Ajai's trail, inclusive in other activities within the reserve.
Other animals to be reintroduced to Ajai Game Reserve include Uganda kob, buffaloes, among others, who are expected to see the white rhinos in Madi Okollo by mid-2025. Report compiled by Robert Ariaka for the news.